A story about two guys who go back to high school and relive the most important time period in their life and think they have all the answers, like in Back to the Future, and they get there and they have none of the answers, and all the answers are wrong, and they revert back to all the insecurities they had when they were young. And I was like, that's a cool idea for a movie. And then along the 5-year path, we picked up all of these geniuses and they made it good. And then you saw the movie you saw.
Are you a fan of the show sitting here today?
Yeah, I was actually a fan. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm the only one. Well, I don't know. I guess y'all. Did y'all watch it? Did you watch it?
I was running the streets. I never saw the show. But
Rob was the original principal.
That's right.
Yeah.
On the show, on the TV show.
I think one of the, and I love these Q&As because we can actually talk about like some of the cameos and the ending and stuff. But one of the funniest things I remember when I was on the set last summer was that no one there was allowed to say that Johnny Depp was in the film. Like everybody knew it. It's been all.
Is he in the film?
Yeah. They still can't say it, I guess. But then you were showing me on a computer like a slideshow, some promo photos, and like the third one up was just a photo of him, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. He's not here. Next one, and it was just. I mean, obviously secrecy, and even when you called up the IMDb page for the first name was Johnny Depp at that time, like a year ago. So, just talk about, like, were you sure you were going to be able to get him from the get-go, or?
Actually, there's this interviewer named Josh Schwartz who works for MTV News, and he kept interviewing me for every movie and Johnny Depp for every movie, and would say, Jonah's making a 21 Jump Street movie, will you be in it? And he kept saying yes, like in Josh's interviews, and I kept saying yes, I'd like him to be in it. And finally, I saw one that he did where he said he wanted to be in it. I sent it around to all the other producers, and I just wrote him a letter one day, and I can't confirm or deny whether or not he's in the film, but I wrote him a letter, and he was cool. I'm dancing around all sorts of fucked up legal things.
I get it, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Now, I will say to Ice Cube that it fills my soul with so much spirituality to hear you call someone a motherfucker. Like, no one says it like you, and no one really means it as much as you do. It was nice to just kind of be able to cut loose a little bit again, like in this movie.
oh yeah, you know, motherfucker is one of my favorite words. Being able to say it as many times as I like, you know, was definitely a plus for me doing the movie. I am the profanity king. No, it's a great script, you know. Neil Moritz, I've done 3 movies with Neil, one of the producers. You know, anytime he called, I'm come running. And I saw Jonah. We was at a Hollywood function that we both didn't want to be. We didn't want to be there, so we was in the lobby fucking around. And he was like, yo, you gonna do the movie? What's up, man? I was like, yeah, I just got the script, I'm gonna check it out. You know what I mean? I'll be there. And,
the first idea, Mike Bacall and I, the original writers, the first idea we had was he said, every 80s movie has the angry black captain, and we want to make a joke about that in the movie. Who should play our angry black captain? And I was like, the guy who wrote Fuck the Police has to play the angry black captain.
Yeah.
And it was the first casting idea we had for the movie. And I saw him, we met in that lobby, we were both drinking in the lobby because we were like, this is a stupid ass thing we're at.
Yeah.
And I was like, accosted you, and I was like, you gotta do this movie. And he said yes, and I thank you. Every one of you guys said yes.
Thank you, man.
Channing, same thing. Like, I just called him up, and
So
all these guys just fucking had a leap of faith, and thank God they're the funniest thing in the goddamn movie.
So I was cast before Johnny Depp, so kiss my ass, Johnny.
You also got cast.
This like as reliable as they come in terms of comedic actors. Just to talk about your getting picked up for this. How did you have to audition? Did they just sort of come right to you and say, this character is perfect for you because you play these kind of...
I showed up drunk. I don't know what happened after that.
It was a 4-day K-hole bender.
I was on a bender.
You were on Special K for about a week after you came in the audition room.
It was bad. I woke up in the audition room. Just woke up in my tidy whities.
You had pissed yourself.
Oh, and a lot
Pretty bad.
Yeah, and they said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I was like, "What am I? Well, fuck you. What are you doing here?" And they said, "Would you want to audition?" I said, "Sure. What do you got?" And so they gave me the sides, and next thing you know, I'm in the fucking movie. That's how it went down, as far as I recall.
That's pretty much the career, isn't it? Like, that's the career.
Yeah. No, Jonah wrote a great script, very funny. I got to do a couple table reads, and Jonah was very nice, and asked me, and Channing was, they were very nice, and asked me to be part of it. So I jumped in.
Oh, this dude's the funniest fucking guy ever, man.
Agreed.
Like, Channing and I, they keep asking us in interviews, like, who's the funniest person? Like, neither of us could keep a straight face around this dude. He's so funny. And I think we originally, I don't even know if I ever told you this, but I think Mike and I originally wrote it for Steve Buscemi. I think in our heads, we were like, Steve Buscemi should play this guy, like when we wrote it, before we ran out of money on Channing and Ice Cube. And then we were like, alright, and then Rob was our second choice. And Rob came in and fucking just murdered the shit out of this part. I think he's funnier than Buscemi would have been. Yeah, I think Mike and I were like,
You couldn't get Buscemi his Boardwalk Empire money?
he's like, fuck you, I got that boardwalk paper, you know what I mean? Like, but Rob is legitimately, I don't know, I think that dude's like one step away from being the biggest mega star on the planet.
Well, still, like one of my favorite things you've ever done, I remember it so well, is the episode of The Office where you played the booze cruise captain. It's still like one of my absolute favorite like episodes of that show, and your performance and everything. All right, we got a lot of people here. Let's see.
I realize whenever I watch any of these movies, there's all these times where the filmmakers clearly went like, we got to put this thing in the show in the movie, and you realize that watching it, you're like, no one gives a fuck what was in the actual show. Let's just make a great movie. So for us, it was just like, let's just make an awesome movie that feels like an hour-and-a-half party, and hopefully everyone won't care that it's not exactly like the TV show. Really, we just wanted to be about young-looking kids. Not old-looking kids, and call us out on that.
Why'd you have to point at me?
Yeah, old people going back to high school. You know, I think like one of the first jokes is Nick Offerman going, you know, people are not creative and they ran out of ideas and they took an old program from the 80s and you know, and that's like the idea of what we were doing was like, fuck it, who cares about doing the show word for word or beat for beat? Let's just make something cool and fun and funny, you know?
Addressing it right up front like that is a genius move. Like it just
We wanted to make fun of ourselves right away and then get on with the film.
Well, I think you guys did a great job recreating it and really making it your own. It was fantastic.
Hey. Yeah, right there. In the red shirt.
Mine's for Jonah. Do you think that you are handsome enough to star alongside Channing Tatum?
To what?
That's
To you?
To you? Well, I'm sorry, why was that a question?
No, but I tend to choose guys like Brad Pitt and Channing Tatum. So I clearly I just exist, man. You know, I don't think about it.
When he puts himself next to guys like Brad Pitt, he gets Oscar nominations. So,
I just exist, man.
You get the best leftovers that way. You get the best leftovers that way.
What? Next to Brad Pitt, Channing Tatum? Yeah, the spillover is really good.
Is that the technical term for it?
Spillover?
Oh my god.
all right, back in the corner there.
So, this movie involves a lot of crazy...
You officially have the worst seat in the house. That's actually the worst. Oh no, that one guy does next to his house. The second worst seat in the house.
This movie has some crazy chase scenes on bikes and limos. Which one was your favorite? You, the actors?
I actually really loved watching Jonah like on the bike. Don't stop, man! Stop! Like, stop! That was like my favorite.
It was fun. I didn't like wearing that fucking Peter Pan outfit. It was really funny while we were writing it, and then in execution, I was like, by week 7 of wearing that outfit, I was like, I've never written anything for myself like this ever again. So we were writing, it's like, oh, it's gonna be so funny, me in a Peter Pan outfit, that's so funny. And then putting on those tights week 7, you're just like, God damn it. Why am I still wearing these green tights?
Who wrote this shit?
Who wrote this bullshit?
I still have no sympathy for you because I had jeans on that were tight jeans, and they were basically
Skinny
a lot.
jeans.
Yeah, skinny jeans, and there were a lot.
Hot in New Orleans.
I was just chafed.
It was hot. It was the summer in New Orleans. You know, I remember when the day I was down there, you shot that the shoe store scene where you pushed the woman down. And it was really fascinating to watch you shoot that scene over and over and over again and change it up and kind of fine tune the jokes. Channing, have you had like a lot of opportunity to
Mush an old lady in the face?
Yeah, but no, to like just sort of improvise and try out different things with each take. And have you had much of a chance to do that before?
In other movies?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Was it fun? Like, did you work? Were there work?
Yeah, I'd done a comedy earlier the previous year with Vince Vaughn that I got to play around, but I wasn't anywhere near as much in the movie as much as this. And I just really followed Jonah's lead. I'm not kidding. I followed Vince, and now I got to follow Jonah. And I made Jonah promise to me that I would be funny in the movie. Otherwise, I would be laying the whole thing on him.
Beat the shit out of me with it, exactly.
I actually wasn't beating shit out of him. Yeah, no. So I mean,